Rain, where are you?
It looks like I'm on the roof of the mansion.
There's a lot of Zerenski's men on patrol. I'd stay off the lower roof if I were you.
Then I gotta find some way across without going down there.
Hey guys, welcome back to more BloodRayne 2 revamped videos. This is a giant compilation containing all puzzles in the game. This is a simple puzzle. The game introduces you to more acrobatics here. You make your way across to the very end of the area and using your blades, destroy the two electrical breakers at the end. Then head to the door shown in the cinematic.
Party's downstairs.
There's gotta be some way to cut power to that security door.
Party's downstairs, man. Hey, you need to return to the ballroom right now.
Damn it, Severin, I'm trapped in this dive. What the hell is going on out there?
These thugs are coming out of the woodwork. Rain, you're going to have to find another way out. Be careful. You may have company.
Well, what do we got here? We almost missed this sweet thing.
Oh, didn't they tell you? District's closed, honey. Adult swim. Everybody out of the pool!
Your first real killing puzzle. Upstairs in the pub, you'll see a massive fan in the wall. Using your harpoon throw, toss 6 people into the fan. Once you've thrown 6, the fan explodes and you can go through the hole.
You boys should have let me finish my drink. Wow, still running, huh? And there you go. That was one hell of a well-built fan. Looks like an entrance to Ray's Meats. There's a truckload of idiots screwing around with an old garbage truck crusher. It looks like it's blocking the entrance.
Well, you're going to have to find a way to get past it.
Similar to the previous fan puzzle, using your harpoon, throw a total of 5 bunks into the garbage truck. It'll then explode, revealing a doorway in the building next to it.
That's it. You get to the main loading docks through the hallway. Watch your step.
Off now, but you'll get...
As you see in the cinematic, the Kestrel breaks the electrical breakers that control the doorway. You'll need to toss 2 guys into each of the 2 breakers until the door opens. By far the most frustrating puzzle of the whole game. On paper it sounds easy-ish, but it's not. There are 4 speakers, 1 in each corner of the dance floor. You'll need to toss 1 person on each speaker at the same time. After about half a minute or so, they fall down, so you've only got that long to get it. Until you complete the puzzle, enemies will continue to spawn. You'll reach this room with an enemy shooting at you with a machine gun. Kill the enemies, then use the turret by pressing square on it and using your aura vision to see where. Shoot the 2 gas tanks on the wall opposite you.
Here goes nothing. Oh, this rocks.
You got some big guns? Can you use them to blast through?
What do you think? Those gas tanks look like they could use some heavy artillery.
I didn't expect that kind of artillery down there.
Me either. They're covering their tracks.
Orders?
You move down to the principal water treatment plant. We'll
Jeez, these guys are bomb happy. They sealed off the tunnel.
Let me see. Yeah, looks like they cut off your only path down to the water treatment plant.
So what do I do now?
Well, you're gonna have to find another way down there. Okay, I'm reading an access tunnel directly beneath you. Use those big guns to blow open an entrance somehow.
Same thing, another room. Use the machine gun at the end of the room to blow up another 2 identical gas tanks, as those you exploded in the previous puzzle. Once they blow, they'll open a hole in the floor. Jump in.
I'm through.
See a service tunnel running down there. That'll...
I'm at the bottom of a service tunnel.
Okay, looks like you're entering a section of the old water treatment plant. Stay sharp.
All right, get going. Tell the Kestrels we've got a live one back here. We'll raise...
Severin, I'm closing on them, but the water's too high.
You should be near the pump rooms. Find a way to lower the water in the main pool.
Kill some dudes until the cinematic showing the pumps start. Then head to the west pump first. Smack the lever to shut it down, then go back the way you came. As soon as you come out, you'll have to fight the Kestrel. Once she's dead, go into the east pump.
Meet those boys, pretty? They most loyal. Happy to give they all for their mistress. Once they give all, mistress gonna put 'em back together better than ever. Right, boys?
What are those? Det packs? Oh my god, suicide bombers? How'd they trick you into that one, guys?
Oh, these boys don't talk.
It should lead straight to the west water pump room. That pump's gonna need to be shut.
Okay, Severin, there's the pump. What needs to happen to shut it down?
I don't know. I'm not there. Is there a lever or a switch somewhere?
Yep, I got it.
Great. That'll shut down pump 1. One more to go.
That wasn't so tough. won't help, but it might make you feel better.
Hey, schoolgirl, the east water pump check.
Don't make me improvise, pal. You can like me.
Unfortunately, as soon as you arrive, they destroy the console, so instead, you'll need to toss several people into each of the large pistons. Each piston needs either one bomber or 3 regular enemies to break down, so use your harpoon and toss a few punks into the machines. Once all 4 have been shut down, you can return to the main room.
Oh, I've got rage I never even dreamed of before.
That's certainly one way of shutting down the pump.
Meh. Switches and levers are so old school anyway.
Alright, the water level is dropping. Low enough, anyway. The primary water treatment facility is just at the other side of the access tunnel.
Blocked. Severn, I've hit a dead end. Little help?
No passageway out, but that's an older part of the system you're in. The structures may not be entirely stable. Still, you need explosives to...
Never mind. The cavalry has arrived. They just don't know it yet.
Throw 6 suicide bombers into the wall where the crack is to blow a hole in the wall. turn on aura vision and use the machine gun to blow up the gas main.
I'm reading another access tunnel across the water.
No.
Use the big guns. Figure out a way to open that floor. Great. Get down that access tunnel. It leads to another water treatment substation. Find a way across that sewage tank and get into the access tunnels on the other side. I'm reading a massive room there. Must be the main water treatment facility.
As you enter the room, the cinematic will show you these two large turbines that are working in the water. Throw either one suicide bomber or several normal enemies into the turbines from the back water section to blow them up.
There should be an access tunnel through the next room. If they have broken into the subway system, it'll be through there. If not, get ready to say hi to a whole city's supply of homeless junkies and hookers.
Heck, I'm always ready for that.
Reach the control panel as shown here and hit it with your blades. It will lower the large chain link fence that is around the coil, exposing it. Now, using your harpoon, throw a guy through the glass window and into the coil. You might need a few attempts. If you miss, enemies will continue to spawn until you land the throw. You can do it from the control room, but it's easier to do it from one level
And
down.
I thought somebody was gonna lose an eye.
Once you succeed, you'll need to do this again. Use your aura to see where to go to access the 8 coils panel, and then do the same thing you just did again.
Get the fence sealed. Anything touches it and it'll go supernova. Keep away from those coils. They're putting out enough juice to light up a city.
Door's locked. Surprising, huh? That pipe runs right next to the catwalk. I wonder how caustic those chemicals are.
Throw 6 enemies off the edge into the large pipe that leads to the caustic chemical to block the flow. Although you can do it from the platform you're on, I suggest you jump down 1 level to make this much easier on yourself. Once you toss the 6th one in, the whole thing will blow up and you can go back upstairs and through the now open door. There are 2 parts to this puzzle. First, toss one enemy into each open flame to destroy them. Enemies will spawn from doors at either end of the long catwalk. Aiming with your harpoon kind of sucks, but the game takes care of this for you in this puzzle. As long as you fling them in the general direction of the flames, the game tends to do the rest. Once all 5 have been destroyed, go down to the lower floor, and now throw 5 more enemies into either furnace. It doesn't matter which. Once the 5th has been thrown in, the door on the upper level will blow open and the game will automatically put you back up there right in front of it, so you can head on in.
Get in there, you scales!
That's the last of them. Get this cage out of here, and lock the gates so none of them can crawl back out.
Kill a few people on the ground until you reach the cinematic showing you a guy crossing on a cart ride in the air. You're going to need to get to that cart, so either walk up the stairs or pull the large crate down to jump up. Either way, make your way there and ride it across to the other end of the room. Once you're there, go to the control panel and smack the controls to call the other cart back across. Take that cart to the opposite side of the room again, and this time head to the glass control booth right nearby, right to your right as you step off the ride. Smack these controls to break down the crane and expose the conveyor belt.
What you doing out tonight? Just wait till we move into the suburbs.
Fucking blood skag!
So they're grinding up the street trash, channeling the blood into vats, and pumping the rest out as sludge. That's how they're creating the Shroud.
Yeah, I'd say so. They're infusing the blood with chemicals. Weird, arcane stuff. It all pumps into the tower in the center of the compound. You should be able to gain access to the tower from the roof of the building you're currently in.
Some enormous machinery in here, some weird pumps.
They must be pushing Shroud up the length of the tower. See if you can find a way to disable them.
You should run. It won't help, but it might make you feel better.
This is a simple enough puzzle, if slightly annoying because of your harpoon. So these are giant lungs, and you'll need to toss 3 enemies into them to destroy them, but you can't throw them directly into the opening because it's too high up. So instead, opposite each lung is a pipe with a large spike on it that occasionally blows out steam. You'll need to toss the enemies onto those spikes to be impaled there, and then the steam will do the rest of the job for you. For best results, you should throw the enemies on the spikes when the steam is not blowing. It can be done even when it's on, but it's just less likely to have enough force to get the enemies all the way into the lungs. So either way, get enough guys thrown into the lungs to break them.
I'm beginning to see a metaphor here, Seth.
Yeah, it's a massive pump. It appears as though their heart-like structure keeps the blood oil in the system in motion, and those other devices around the room are sharing the workload.
If I take those out, we'll have a nice old-fashioned heart attack. Looks too big for me to break on my own.
From the heat signatures I'm detecting, looks like you've got some help on the way.
Continuing with the Oregon themes, this is the Heart Puzzle. In it, you'll have a large foreman. Don't kill him, because you're going to need him to solve the puzzle. You have to give the heart a heart attack. To do that, you'll notice 4 electrical boxes, one in each corner of the room, protected by large black metal covers. Nothing you do is enough to break those open, so instead, you'll have to have the nice foreman there to help you out. Lead him to each one of them and get him to slam his hammer into them or to smack them to break them open. Once they're open, you'll have to toss one of the normal enemies into it to fully break it. Do that to all 4. Once all 4 are down, the foreman will die automatically, and the heart will break. Once it's done, climb up to the center of the heart and turn on your aura vision to see the pole to jump to.
Damn, I'm a couple of quarts low. Okay, what do we have here? Gate I want to get through but can't. Crashed chopper with spinning rotors, seemingly endless supply of determined minions. I feel a plan coming on.
Here you'll have a helicopter that you have to get past. To do it, you'll have to throw 4 enemies into the chopper blades. Remember, these sword wielders are very tough to get harpoons in. Be careful because if you harpoon them while their sword is buzzing, it will electrocute you. Just keep trying to harpoon them while they're running or attacking you until you get 4 to throw in. Then jump over the chopper and continue forward.
Hey boys, that's a sweet machine you got there. But to really appreciate how it works, you need to see one from the inside.
This is very much the same kind of puzzle that you've done several times already. Throw 3 people into the wood chipper to break it. Thankfully, because you have sword wielders, the game also gives you an insect monster or 2. You can kill them with your flame gun, but don't, because instead, while the insect monster is there, the sword wielders will focus on fighting that and not you.
Where are you now?
Main exhibit hall in the aquarium.
Good. I'm reading a drainage tunnel directly underneath the floor. Should be able to crack through to it with enough applied force.
Jumping up and down probably won't do the trick, right?
Afraid not. Find something to smash the floor with. That's something you're good at.
I need a better vantage point. That staircase might get me one.
Use the cages lining the room to reach the stairs without getting into the water. Then climb up to the top of the room and jump on the whale's back. You'll see 3 supports holding up the whale. You can use your aura vision to spot them easier. Break all 3 supports, 1 on each fin and 1 on the tail, and the whale will come crashing down, creating a hole in the floor, allowing you to jump down. Definitely one of the more annoying puzzles. You'll have to restart this printing press and then break it. First, to start it, hit the lever outside the room under the stairs. And then, to break it, you'll have to break each of the 3 parts separately. So to do that, you'll have to throw 1 enemy into each section, which means you'll have to throw 3 enemies. Finally, the last puzzle of the game, and it happens to be a very easy one. Walk out onto the roof and you'll notice 4 large metal globes, 1 on each corner around the skylight. All you have to do is run to the back of the globe and hit it once, and it will roll down into the center. Do this for all 4 globes, and it will break the skylight, allowing you to jump down. And that's it, you're done with all the puzzles.
Gotta make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
What are you gonna do with those knives? I hope you got some tomatoes in your back pocket, cause they ain't touching me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe for more guides and gaming content. I'm always posting more videos, so hit that notification bell so that you'll know when the next one comes out. See you next time.